Okay, so let's talk closure from a narcissist. And if you're new here, I'm a diagnosed narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. A real narcissist will not provide you closure because closure means finality. Closure means actually shutting the door on the relationship, me coming back or you coming back. Narcissistic people like to have backup plans just in case the new person doesn't work out. So why would I give you closure if I want to keep you around? Maybe in a different capacity. You can go from the main chick or the main dude to the side chick or the side dude. That's why I say closure is something you have to give to yourself. And a lot of times when you're dealing with a narcissist, the disrespect should be the closure for you. And on the flip side, a narcissist will want closure from you if you discard them. Narcissists will beg and plead to get you face to face. Hey, I need some closure. I think I deserve closure. It shouldn't end like this. If a narcissist asks you for closure, it's literally just a front end excuse to try to suck you back into the relationship. The old closure hoover. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness from TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all over social media. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am a diagnosed narcissist that brings awareness to narcissistic personality disorder and also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series, I take my YouTubes and TikToks, which are 60 seconds, and I just open them up on YouTube and make them longer, as you're about to find out right now. The TikTok you just watched was about closure. What is closure to you? I know everybody says they want closure at the end of the relationship, and when I'm doing my one-on-ones and things like that, people, that's one of the main things that they want. They want to sit down with a narcissist or their possible narcissistic ex and get closure. For some reason, they think that sitting down with somebody and having a conversation, which they couldn't have when they were together, which they couldn't express their feelings when they were together. They think that somehow, some way, shape, or form, that narcissistic ex is going to want to sit down, look them directly into their eyes, and provide some type of closure to heal the relation, to heal them, to allow them to move on safely, so both people can break up amicably. And that rarely, if ever, happens when you are dealing with a narcissist. Because, like I said in the video, closure to a narcissist, like when you want closure from a narcissist, the narcissist will rarely give that to you because that means it's the end. That means it's the final. That means it's the final, the series finale of this relationship. Like, we can go no further. And a lot of times with a narcissist, if they have discarded you and they've moved on to somebody else, they typically want to keep you around in the background. Sometimes you'll, like I said, you'll go from the main person to the side person, to the mistress or the side dude, and things like that. And a lot of people are willing to do that for some reason. Like, you're willing to downgrade your life to be with this person. For what? For what purpose? Because they can make you feel good? Because being with them is better than being without them in any type of capacity, which I find hard to believe in a lot of situations. Like, well, at least I get to see him every once in a while. He goes home to his girlfriend now, and I get to go home by myself. And he can do what he wants. But when I try to go out and do stuff, he doesn't let me do it. And she too. It can be she as well. It doesn't just go he. I talk about he because I am a he, him, so I say he a lot. That's how we go. That's how the things do it. That's how the process shifts. So if you want to be a side dude or a side chick, then by all means, sit down with your narcissist and get your closure, because that's what you'll get. Or closure, you'll go try to sit down and get closure, and you'll get berated, and they get a chance to open up on you and hurt your feelings even more and tell you why and how you weren't good enough for them. That's why they discarded you and moved on to the new supply who's way better than you. You want that? You want that? Because that's the other end of the spectrum. Because they'll do that to you too. You just allow them one more chance to assassinate your character one more time. And for what? Closure they cannot provide you closure anyway. Closure is something that you have to give to yourself to know that you are in this series finale of this relationship. You have to do that for yourself. No narcissist, no person can give you that. Like, nobody can. You have to give that to yourself. You literally have to, because you have to figure out what went wrong in the relationship. Like I said, I think people get this confused too. Like, everybody that's in a relationship with a narcissist is a perfect person. No, some people cheat on narcissists. Some people do all the stuff that a narcissist is doing to them. They do it back to them, and sometimes you got to eat that. I think everybody is like the stigma is that everybody that dates or is married to or is dealing with a narcissist is somehow an empath, or a higher level person or a good person, which is not true, because some people who deal with narcissists are actually other narcissists or cluster B personality disorders, histrionic, borderline, something else, antisocial. You know what I mean? You got something else going on yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, people just, you might be codependent and things like that, but yeah. Everybody who dates a narcissist or ends up with a narcissist is not an empath. I feel like I had to make that clear, because everybody thinks, I can see in my comment section, like, Lee, you don't understand. All us empaths that end up with narcissists, everybody's not an empath. Trust me. My wife would not consider herself an empath. She just wouldn't. And there's nothing wrong with being an empath. I just say she just wouldn't consider herself an empath and things like that. So closure is literally something you have to meditate on yourself. Not meditate. If you do meditate on it. But closure is something that you have to provide to yourself. You have to sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and say, don't tell yourself you wasn't good enough, because you'll beat your own head in. You'll do without the narcissist even have to say anything to you. Sometimes you were too good. Sometimes you had too many boundaries. Sometimes you were too ambitious. A lot of times the narcissist discards you because they don't like the way you make them feel about themselves. Like, we as narcissists, like to be the dominant person in a relationship. Not just in the bedroom, but like financially, looks wise, everything. We want to be the dominant person in a relationship. We want to be the go-to person in a relationship. If you're doing better than us in any of those categories, we tend to devalue you and get rid of you for somebody else. That might be a little easier target. Not easier target, like less successful, less well off than you, less look, like those that look as good as you, things of that nature. Maybe a little heavier than you. You get curious, like, why did I get discarded for that? Because you said stuff like that. You know what I mean? But on the other end of the spectrum, if a narcissist wants closure from you, then it is a hoover technique. If a narcissist asks you for closure, they beg and plead. If you discard the narcissist and you move on, and they are begging, pleading, crying, snot bubbles popping out their nose. Like, look at this snot bubble, baby. Look, I ain't never had a snot bubble this big because I love you so much. Pop, snot all over their face. Boo-hoo, crying and things of that nature. They are trying to hoover you back into the relationship. They want another chance. So if a narcissist asks you for closure, it's not really for closure. It's for another chance. It's for them to be able to woo you. And the stuff I hear all the time, which just blows my mind how simple this is to get people back. They just told me, I got hoovered back in because they told me what I needed to hear. Duh. If they want you back, why in the hell would they tell you what you don't want to hear? That's like the simplest thing I hear people. You don't understand, Lee. We're codependent, and sometimes you want to hear this stuff. Like, okay, be codependent and goofy and look goofy, because they're going to tell you what you want to hear and what you need to hear. They could have said it the whole entire time, but they chose not to say it. That should be the closure right there. The disrespectful nature of the relationship should be the closure. How they treated you should be the closure. But sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you just get to the point where I got hoovered back in because they cried in front of me. Like, what? I got hoovered back in because they just told me they loved me and they were going to change for me. With no proof they're going to change, no therapy, no nothing. I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to try really, really hard. I know we've been together for 7 years, and I've probably cheated 70 times, but this time is the right time because I love you, and I'm going to marry you, and we're going to have babies with you, and we're going to do all this good stuff. You know how we're going to do it. No. Stop making it so easy. Stop being so forgiving. Like, Jesus. Like, literally, stop being so forgiving. Sorry, Lord. Stop being, like, literally, to a narcissist, forgiveness is viewed as weakness. Constant forgiveness is viewed as weakness. I saw a girl on TikTok definitely dating a narcissist. The dude said some rude, evil stuff to her, belittled her, devalued her, made her feel like nothing. And he sent some roses to her and some flowers and with a card that just said sorry. Just a generic word, sorry. Send it to her. And people in the comment section were like, girl, you need to forgive him. He said he was sorry. I'm like, how is that an acceptable apology? Sorry? For what? Exactly what are you sorry for? He just said sorry, an all-encompassing, easy sorry. When I went through the comment section, this is why people get manipulated, because y'all are willing to accept the bare minimum apology. Some flowers, some roses, and a trash-ass card that says the word sorry on it. Get out of here. That's why people get manipulated so easy, because it's so easy to say, all you do is say sorry with nothing else behind it. Power up, take your strength back. That's just embarrassing sometimes. Don't y'all, some people, like, it is. It's just like, sorry. That's it. That's literally just one word. Sorry. Oh, he said sorry. I should take it back. No. What he said sorry for?
Make it spell out what he's sorry for. If not, then what's the point? It's a red flag. People are just so eager to be so scared to be alone that you ignore red flags. I saw the red flags. I just ignored them because I would rather be with this person. Okay, bet. Nobody, when you say stuff like that, nobody feels sorry for you. We understand it was a trauma bond. It's not a trauma bond. You just met him. It wasn't a trauma bond. You trauma bonded in a week. Oh. Anyways, y'all, like and subscribe to the channel. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. I really, really do, y'all. I'm so thankful for y'all. I really do. Gotta hop on here for these one-on-ones. Thank you. Mental Illness is out. Peace to the Middle East.